have so many band members. I'm just curious. Can you take the Dap Kings on? Like, can you just totally destroy them? Like maybe in a softball game or something?
Possibly, yeah.
I would like to see that.
I think we have a little edge on them, so yeah. Especially my backup singers.
No,
I don't know.
totally.
There's no Dap King backup singers.
I want to see
Not
like
that I know of.
celebrity like death match kind of thing. There are.
I think you should
backup
arrange
singers,
it.
though.
Are there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then, I'm pretty sure my
They're just like,
will.
very nice. I don't know why I just did that.
I don't know why you did that.
They're very
either.
nice. I interviewed them, so that's how I know. So
No, I love sharing
I tried
with the
out.
Dap Kings.
I tried out to be a backup singer.
Did you?
Yeah.
And how'd that go?
Not good.
That's well, you can try out with us
I
if you
can.
want.
I can exclude. They told me I can exclusively do any gigs that they have at like a deaf and blind school. So, might take it.
I don't know how many people I would tell about that, but
yeah. Tell me about songwriting for you, and like how integral are the 9 members? You know, in terms of fleshing out your words.
Yeah, well, I have been writing since this high, probably. So I started writing really, really young, and my parents always encouraged, you know, not just to be a singer or a vocalist, but really try to kind of stretch your limits and your talents and see how far you can kind of go with it. So songwriting was always kind of like ingrained at a very early age. My mom is a jazz singer, Mercedes Hall, and she and performer and vocal coach, and she was always stressing to me as well, like, oh, you know, your writing is so important because that's going to really be your outlet more than anything else. And that always just kind of stayed with me throughout my journey and my development. And this EP, Right on Time, it came about very quickly. I mean, probably in about 8 weeks, we wrote, produced, recorded, mixed, and mastered the entire EP. It was really, but I work that way. Like, I work well that way, and if the, you know, it didn't feel forced. And my co-producer is Jason Wexler, who's also a member of the Stellars. He plays keys, and we just kind of found this studio and, you know, locked ourselves up and got it done and got it out, and I'm really happy about it.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, you put it well. I mean, it's awesome.
Thank you. I try.
Now let me ask you. I mean, I ask a lot of bands this, and you know, a lot of people this. The growth in the industry of EPs as opposed to full-length albums. Is it just like because everything is so immediate now that you have to do like kind of?
Well, I mean, I kind of looked at it like I was kind of toying with the idea of releasing a full album first, but I really wanted, like you said, to kind of give a little taste and introduce people to Mary C and the Stellars before we kind of just unloaded on them. And I think, you know, so far it's kind of worked for us. But I do, you know, I think the way that music now is coming out, and just, you know, people have accessibility to be creative and get it out there so much quicker than years before, that I think, you know, EPs are kind of more of the norm, I guess you can say. Like, people are just, you know, you want to get into studio, and I think it's also like, especially artists, we have like ADD a little bit. It's like we spend so much time working on something, by the time we get it out there, it's like, okay, we're ready to like create something new. So I think it's a little bit of that as well. But for me personally, it was really just about, I want to just introduce, you know, my music, the sound, the Stellars, the whole thing, and just give you a little taste first, and then
here's the appetizer.
Exactly.
And in the ear, you have the steak.
Exactly.
Right? You know, it makes me like rethink my interviews. Like, I'm wondering if I should just like ask half a question.
You could.
You know,
you may just want to get half an answer.
Yeah, but it's a taste.
It is a taste, and then maybe they'll tune back for more. Okay, good. I like it.
See what I did?
Like it. Yeah.
See what happened?
We're on the same page.
Yeah. So talk to me a little bit about just what do the coming months look like for you? Because I mean, I know you do dates sprinkled here or there, and again, just here's a little feel. You know, go to California for a little while, go to New York, go to wherever.
Yeah. Well, we're primarily a New York-based act. We're at Rockwood Music Hall, Stage 2, often. I would say at least once a month. But we do a lot of private events as well. We were invited to do a private show for the SNL cast at Studio 8H this past spring. We just did a big performance at Rockefeller Center at the Rink, which was awesome. Totally iconic and crazy moment of looking around. And I was just in San Diego doing some stuff, and now I'm back. We just had a show at Ellis Island, which was awesome too.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So like a full set at Ellis Island?
Full set, 90 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. It was
That's pretty
awesome.
cool.
It's cool.
What was the crowd like? Was it like an event, or you just...
It was an event.
You didn't just like go to Ellis Island. You're
no,
like,
we didn't like just show up with you know 10 musicians and say, hey, like I think we're gonna perform next to the Statue of Liberty. Or no, it was a private event, and the crowd, you know, a lot of times especially when we do performances like that, they don't know who Mary C. and the Stellars are. But I just kind of feel it's my job to get people up and dancing and moving, and you know, the music that I'm putting out is very clap your hands, stomp your feet, get into it, have a good time, sing along, grab your hairbrush microphone, and just rock out. So by the end of a show like that, I've done my job if I've gotten people up, and so far it's out.
So the thing that I love about you too is that you actually do your own Twitter, and you're very active in the social networking world. How big is that in building an audience? It's huge, right?
Yeah, I think it's really important. I'm a social person, just in general. I think growing up in New York City, born and raised, Manhattanite, you know, it's part of who I am. I also grew up in a family of entertainers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to name drop your brother because I really just want to talk about you, but I mean, how many people are asking you, did you go into acting? Why didn't you go into acting? You
it's
know,
usually,
how many people do that?
Usually the first question is Anthony Michael Hall really your brother? Then it's yeah. Then my reply is yes. And then it's, well, why aren't you acting? You know, why aren't you getting the acting bug? And we all have our own thing, which is great, and we're all very supportive of one another's projects and talents. And but a lot of people don't know that my brother's a phenomenal musician and singer as well.
Get out of here.
Great drummer, great guitar player, great singer.
He would never do an A-sides with me, though, right?
Why not? Never say never. Okay. Maybe we can get him. Maybe we can do it together. That'll be fun.
Cool.
We've done stuff together before.
Have you?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.